Love is waking up in the morning, looking at your child and telling them that you love them, and giving them advice on life, even if that child thinks he knows everything or whatever. Love is being sick, bedridden, not be able to talk, walk, or anything, and still be able to make it out to one of my football games. Yeah, I mean, love is what's keeping my dad alive.
Coming out of high school, Steve was a parade All-America. He could not have made a better choice, not only in terms of football, but the entire Penn State experience. It's been something that helped to develop him, not only as an athlete, but as a person. It is an integral part of the Smith family and Steve's experience growing up.
Man, the first time I met Steve Smith was in the locker room.
He was a jokester. He was always the guy who could rib you really good but make you laugh.
All he did was talk. He talked and laughed and talked and laughed. And I just said, I was from New Jersey, and I'm like, who's this guy? What is he saying?
When we first came in, as freshmen, he was pretty big.
6'2", 235-pound guy, fearless.
With Tim Manoa and Steve Smith, the Lions could unleash a pair of tanks who could run, block, and catch with anyone in the country.
You know, he walked before he talked. And if you couldn't follow his walk, then he would have something to say to you.
Block anybody for you and made a big opening. You can drive a tractor trailer through.
He was one of those guys who was a Penn State guy where, you know, he gave up a lot of his own individual accomplishments, so to speak, to kind of fit in with the team. And, you know, whatever was asked of him, you know, he would do it, and he would do it unflinchingly.
Smith, touchdown, Penn State.
Just an honest and dear friend, and I love him with all my heart.
Pass to Smith, inside the 30, there goes Smith again, down the sideline, touchdown.
I believe it came on after he retired from the NFL. He moved down in Jonesboro, Georgia. I would go down and visit him with my family and our kids, because our kids were around the same age. And he would talk to me on the phone. He would complain about, you know, losing his balance, his feet feeling like he's stepping on sponges, and he just was, you know, he was concerned.
When Steve was diagnosed, you know, we were all shocked because he's such a strong, powerful guy, and to see him physically now, it's really difficult.
In the beginning, when he first took on the disease, it was kind of hard for me, you know, because I never imagined him being in that state, and it was very hard for me to adapt to it first, because every time I would see him, it would just bring tears to my eyes. So I just told myself, you just got to be strong. Steve wants me to be strong, so that's how it is. I got to be strong, and I got to hang right in there with him and get through this.
I'm still the same dad I had before, still really supportive, still lectures me, sits me down, you know, gives me a hard time. But yeah, it's kind of like a prisoner in his own body type of thing.
To see him physically now, it's really difficult, but the fact is his mind is very, very sharp, and to have, you know, so many people rally around him, it was just about, you know, kind of getting the word out that, hey, he might need some help, and, you know, I'm very proud to say that, you know, there's so many guys have tried to help.
And really, Penn State has really helped my family out. This last 8 years have been pretty rough. They've done a lot of fundraising for us. We get a lot of fan mail, just asking about how my dad's doing. So really, it's kind of it's honestly almost like a family thing with Penn State.
The support for Steve is not surprising, you know, given, you know, what Penn State is all about. Penn State is not about one person overshadowing somebody else. It's about teamwork, and it's about people trying to lift up other people and trying to help other people, you know, do better every single day.
I didn't go here, but at the same time, they've had a big part in helping our family out the last 8 years. And I really, really appreciate it. I don't think we would have been able to make it the same way without Penn State.
Penn State pride is something that is absolutely real. The support that they provided Steve and the entire Smith family has been ongoing, nonstop, and it's been something that has been an inspiration, and it's something that we don't take for granted, and it's more special than I can put in words.
You know, he speaks about when I beat this. When I beat this. I mean, that's incredible. Never give up, man. Jimmy Valvano said it a long time ago, but Steve is the epitome of that. Love him, man.
What is love? Love is when you're diagnosed with ALS and you don't give up because you want to be there with your family. My dad has shown me that, and I'm gonna carry that on and show my son the same thing.